What's up, guys? It's your pal the Mothman 491 here, bringing you a video about the overall ratings of certain rookies and younger players in Madden NFL 17 and what they have the potential to become. Today we're going to do the video on Ezekiel Elliott. Now, he's one of the highest touted rookies in this last draft class, and I'm pretty excited to show you just exactly how good he can get. Just to set this up, we have a few settings that I'd like to talk about. We were going to set a season goal of 7 wins just because basically I didn't want to get fired during the midst of this, and I figured with the Cowboys roster they could at least get 7 wins. So we started out with that small goal, and now I'm going to show you a few of the settings that we did. I checked to make sure that the XP sliders are set at 100% so that it doesn't, we're not really boosting experience or trying to get a different result because of the sliders. I'd like to show you some of the league settings I went with. We set it to all pro difficulty, normal speed. We turned pre-existing injuries off just in case there were any lingering issues. I set the quarters to 10 minutes because I wanted to make sure that it was getting kind of an accurate reading of stats. But that's about it settings-wise. As you can see, Ezekiel Elliott is an 81 overall right now. 92 speed, 90 acceleration, 86 carry, 91 ball carrier vision. As you can tell, his stats are just amazing. 91 agility. He's got that 86 juke move, 76 spin move, and a 79 stiff arm. His trucking's a little low, and right now he is the number 24 running back in the entire league. He's got a high motor. He'll run after the catch, he'll fight for yards, and he'll cover the ball for all hits. He is out of Ohio State. He does have a superstar development trait. He's 21 years old, 6 foot, and 225 pounds. He is projected to be a monster in the grand scheme of things, and we're just double checking our settings here, making sure that everything is set. I wanted to make sure that I'm doing all of the progression weekly, so that they're getting the fastest boost. So that the results are a little bit faster, but they'll still basically be the same. I'm going to turn on re-signing players, progressing players, off-season, free agents, stuff like that. Basically just to keep that kind of even, and so that we don't have to worry about this during this test. So we're going to go to the main menu here, and we're just going to advance the season. Now, this is after Season 1, so we're going to be simming to the next season, and basically we're just trying to figure out what he's going to potentially be in case you want to trade for him, or if you want to pick him up in free agency later on, maybe if he's available. But here we are, Season 1 after his rookie season. He is an 88 overall, guys. That is a giant jump. That's a 7-point jump. His carrying and ball carrier vision is now maxed out. Agility's gone up. Awareness has gone up. Juke move has gone up. Spin move and stiff arm have pretty much stayed the same. Speed and acceleration have pretty much stayed the same, and that 69 trucking has still pretty much stayed the same. He's got a 92 injury, 94 stamina, 90 toughness, and he's now the number 6 ranked halfback in the league via overall. Now we're going to see that he's gained quite a few upgrades over the season, quite a few accolades he's accrued. Each week you get a breakdown of what each player has made or what each player has done. This shows the upgrades, the training, fantasy goals, milestone goals, skill progression, anything that has changed for this player, confidence. Anything that's changed for this player over the course of that week will be shown in the progression history. I like this feature, especially if you're more of a simulator. If you're more of a simulator, it tends to. I feel like it does a good job of showing you exactly how your players were built, what happened to them, why why that's happening to them, and just kind of helping out the process. We see that we've gotten the goal of 1,200 yards at least, so we know he had a decent season for a running back, for a rookie. Let's check out the stats. Now, this is something I wanted to point out. 321 attempts. That is a lot of attempts. That's decent. 1,400 yards, 1,408 yards, 4.4 yards per carry, 16 rushing touchdowns, an average of 88 yards per game, 29 broken tackles, 4 fumbles, 268 yards after contact, and a long of 92. Now on the receiving end, he had 35 receptions, 408 total yards, 11.7 average, and 4 touchdowns, bringing his total on the season to 20 touchdowns and over 1,800 yards. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for any rookie, that is nice. Now, he started all 16 games. He played 832 downs. So, overall, he did a very, very good job his rookie season. Definitely awesome year for the prospect out of Ohio State. So, we're going to move on to the second season here in a second. And, 88 overall. That's a big jump. 7 overall points. So, now that we've seen what he does in the first year, let's go ahead and see what he's going to do in the second year. A 90 overall. That's an okay jump. His stats basically stayed the same. I think his elusiveness went up here. His route running went up a little bit. His awareness went up a little bit. His secondary attributes are still the same. Carrying and ball carrier vision is still pretty legit, 99. We've completed a level 2 goal of 600 rushing yards. So, honestly, when I was looking at this, I decided that he probably got hurt if that was the milestone he reached. But still, we took a look. He's gotten confidence boosts. He's gotten confidence losses. He's gained quite a bit of experience. Gained a few upgrades here and there, but it looks like his season was cut short by injury. So let's take a look at the stats. Still 23 years old, still doing well. Yep, that tells the story right there. 162 attempts, 790 yards, 9 touchdowns, 21 broken tackles, and only 1 fumble. But like I said, if we had taken that over the course of a 15 or a 16 game season, that number might have been back around the 4 mark. But as it stands, he had the 790 yards with 9 touchdowns. He played 11 games, guys. 484 downs. So he definitely had his season cut short by injury. I'm not sure by what. Still decent numbers. I mean, that's numbers that, average middle-of-the-road running backs normally get. So that's not too bad. The 9 touchdowns is definitely pretty good. Not as high as 16, obviously. He had a little bit of a downgrade in stats, but he also had a little bit of a downgrade in playing time. Still hit 315 yards and 3 touchdowns. So he had 12 total touchdowns on the season. That's not bad at all. He doesn't do any kick returning. But, that 11 games really tells the story of this season. With the 92 injury, I felt like his amount of injuries and his amount of re-injuries would be lower. But as I saw over the course of this video, he really he tends to get injured a little bit. Not anything season ending or anything, but it just it just seemed like he didn't take it too well. As you can see, Tony Romo's now gone, so Elliott's basically going to be the workhorse of the entire team. Dak Prescott's in there, but it looks like Ezekiel Elliott did not move overall. And we're gonna check out the stats and see what the story is behind that. 1,000 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. So the yards went up, The yards are still down from his rookie season. The average yards per game is up from his rookie season. He still only had 1 fumble and 5 touchdowns, but it seems like he only had 249 attempts, so maybe his season was cut a little short. He dropped numbers on his receiving. He still has the same amount of touchdowns as last year. Last yards with 258. But here's the story here. Another 4 games missed. 585 downs played. Over 100 downs more in 2018 than 2017. So the injury wasn't as bad, or they at least brought him back early. But he's a little bit injury prone, it looks like. Maybe not big injuries, but it seems like maybe some nagging injuries, some smaller injuries might come into play here. I'm definitely seeing some good progress with him. That non-jump of overall really kind of shocked me there. It is something to think about. 90 overall is still good for, I believe, number 2 in the league at this point. Number 1, of course, probably being Le'Veon Bell. We're going to go ahead and sim ahead to the see his skills here. He has a 92 injury, 94 stamina, and a 90 toughness still. So we're not really sure why he's getting injured as much. But we're going to go to the next season and see how long the season is for him then. See if he's picked up any injuries again. Alright, so we're in Season 4 of Ezekiel Elliott's career. And I'm not sure if this was the year that he gained a bunch of momentum, but he did jump up to a 91. So basically here, he gained 1 overall point. His speed stayed the same. His acceleration stayed the same. It looks like his awareness has gone up 5 points. His injury, toughness, and stamina are all still the same. He is the number 2 running back in the NFL based on overall. Still has that superstar development trait. He's only 25 years old. We're going to look and see what some of his progression history came from. He had some big confidence boosts. He had a bunch of experience boosts. Made 3 Pro Bowls in his career so far. So he is a Pro Bowl running back. He has made 3 of them so far. That's pretty good. Dak Prescott still the starter here. We're going to check out his stats real quick. There we go, guys. 1,142 yards with 7 touchdowns. So he's starting to get back towards his bigger numbers. More yards than his previous season. More touchdowns than his previous seasons. Still only that, I believe, 1 fumble. He played 13 games, so we're looking at another injury here, guys. He lost 3 games this season. Still not bad, but it's looking like Ezekiel Elliott might be... I want to say that it's probably because the Cowboys are more than likely running him into the ground, basically. And I just feel like even with his offensive line as good as they are, he's still taking these big hits. People are going after him. He's a good running back. He's going to take some shots. And I think that that's attributing to his injuries. So let's see what Season 5 is like. I think that he might improve here. But, again, I don't know. Madden's progression system is a little different than normal. I have really liked Ezekiel Elliott so far in the game. I think that he's a good running back. He's still at a 91 overall here in year 5. Stats are still basically the same. He's got a 91 awareness now, so his awareness is going up. His injury, toughness, and stamina have all stayed the same. He's still maxed out in ball carrier vision and carrying, so he's rarely going to fumble the ball. Well, let's check out the stats here again. 1,229 yards and 11 touchdowns. Now, that is definitely a boost from his previous 2 seasons, and his touchdown total is almost double, or almost what his 2018 and 2019 output and he had that one fumble. And excuse me, from last year he had 0 fumbles. His passing numbers, receiving numbers went up in 2019. His receiving numbers went down. But here we go, guys. Here is the good thing about Ezekiel Elliott this season. All 16 games were played. 785 downs, the most he's played since his rookie season, the most games he's played since his rookie season. And this really tells the tale of the story of him. He's basically been your consistent 1,000-yard rusher, except for that one season where he only played 11 games. But the numbers don't lie here. 36 broken tackles, only 1 fumble, 175 yards after contact, which is the most he's had since his rookie season. His longest of 15 is a little weird. That's a little bit of a weird number. 271 attempts. His attempts haven't been that high since his rookie season. Basically, and his average yardage per carry has gone up too. It's higher than his rookie season. So he's still looking really, really good. He had 13 total touchdowns, 2 receiving, 11 rushing, 279 yards receiving is not a bad season for a running back. I mean, if you are going to trade for this guy, he's definitely worth it, I think. I think with personal progression, as in player or user doing the progression themselves, getting the stats they want, I think that will definitely change the outcome of this. But the computer basically did what the computer thought that the game should do for that player. He's only gone up 9 overall since his rookie season, but to be fair in that, he's been injury plagued a little bit, and he's lost some time due to injuries. Well, guys, that's basically it. Ezekiel Elliott is a top-ranked player here. You definitely want to pick him up if you don't have that special running back on your team. And even if you do, maybe your running back's a little bit aging, and you want to pick up that one young back that's going to carry your team to a championship. Ezekiel Elliott is that player. I would definitely recommend him. I'd give him a 5-star rating on this test, and definitely somebody you want to look for. Might want to sacrifice a few draft picks to get him, but he's definitely worth the price of admission. So I'm going to give him a thumbs up. Pick him up on your Madden 17 franchise, and you won't be disappointed. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see any new player or younger player get put through this test, please let me know in the comments section below. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook in the link below as well. And as always, don't forget to stay awesome. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.